Welcome to Court Explainer. Over the Christmas season and New Year, we wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We are dealing with the question of the Constitution. And today we are looking at Chapter 8 of the Constitution that deals with the legislature. What is the legislature? Article 93 provides for a parliament, which shall consist the National Assembly and the Senate. There, in the role of parliament, there are two seats of parliament, the National Assembly and the Senate. The function of parliament is to legislate, that the legislative authority of the republic is derived from the people at the national level and is vested in parliament. It is you who gives parliament the power to legislate. So there are two roles of parliament. One, to make laws, that is what is called legislation, and to oversight. The oversight, the oversight, the executive. It says, the roles of National Assembly, 95 says, the National Assembly represents the people of the constituencies and special interest groups in the National Assembly. The National Assembly resolves issues of concern of the people. 3. It enacts legislation in accordance with this chapter. It determines allocation of national revenue between the levels of government as provided. It appropriates funds for expenditure by the national government, and it exercises oversight over national revenue and expenditure. So, all the money that comes to your constituency, Parliament passes the budget. Parliament allocates money to every organ of government. It makes the laws and it deals with the finances. It also, it reviews the conduct of the office of the president, the deputy president, and other state officers, and shades the process of removing them from office. Parliament, the National Assembly, is the one that starts the impeachment process of the president. So the deputy president, you saw Gachagua, the process started in Parliament. It went to the Senate. So Parliament is a very critical issue. B, it exercises oversight over state organs. You have seen the Inspector General of Police, the KRA boss, the CEO Teacher Service Commission, the DCI. Whenever anybody raises a question, they are summoned to Parliament. That is the oversight of state organs that is bestowed on Parliament. And lastly, the National Assembly approves declaration of war and the extension of state of emergency. If there is a state of emergency, it must go to Parliament. If the president declares a state of war with another country, it must go to Parliament. If there is deployment of KDF soldiers outside the barracks, Parliament must approve that issue. Then we have the role of the Senate, which is completely different. The Senate represents the counties, and this is where it serves to protect the interests of the counties and their governments. People have been asking, what is the role of the Senate? The Senate protects the counties. 2, it makes the function of Parliament by considering bills that affect the counties. It provides oversight for the money that has been allocated by Parliament to go to the counties. So, the county senator is the one who oversights the governor in that place. Then we go to part 2. What is the composition of the members of Parliament? Part 2. Article 97. The National Assembly has 290 members, each elected. 290 elected members of parliament. Then 47 elected women reps. 47 elected women reps. C, 12 members nominated by Parliament from political parties according to their proportionate. 12 members. So we have 290, we have 47 women rep, we have 12 nominated members, then we have the Speaker, who is an ex officio. He's not elected, but he is an ex officio. That is what is making the members of Parliament. So simple arithmetic, 290, add 47, add 12, you know the number. Court helicopter will tell you in figures what is the number. What about the members of Senate? The Senate composition. A, 47 members, each elected. 47 members, each elected. We have 47 counties. Each county elects one. 2, 16 members who shall be nominated by political party. Senate has 16 elected women senators. Then we have C, 2 members, being one man and one woman, representing the youth. The youth you are represented, 2. Then we have 2 members, being one man and one woman, representing persons with the disabilities. So the disabled, 2, 1 man, 1 woman. Then we have the Speaker, who shall be an ex officio member. Currently, we have the Speaker, Kingi. In National Assembly, we have Speaker Wetangula. Those are the composition of the Senate. In Senate, the total number of senators will be 67. In the National Assembly, 349. That makes the legislature of this country. Then we have how do you deal with the discipline of these members of Parliament? The members of Parliament, they have a term of 5 years. Article 102 provides that they will serve 5 years and go to an election. One, in section 103, can vacate office as a member of Parliament. One, if one dies, that seat will be declared free. 2, if one absents himself from 8 continuous sitting without the authority of the Speaker. If your member of Parliament has never gone to Parliament for 8 continuous sittings and the Speaker has not given him permission, that seat will be declared vacant. If he is removed by an election petition, that vacant position can be declared. D, if he resigns in writing, mark my words, if the member resigns from Parliament in writing to the Speaker. So these members of Parliament you see talking on TV or in funerals that have resigned, that is not known by law. You must resign in writing. Then, if he is nominated and the party that nominated him or her revokes that nomination, that is how Akina Gloria Oroba lost their seat. You lose your seat when you are a nominated member of Parliament and the party that nominated you revokes it. Then Article 104, how do you discipline your member of Parliament? We have what we call the recall clauses. That the electorate under Article 97 and 98 have the right to recall a member of Parliament if that person fails to do their job. You collect certain signatures, you petition the IEBC. If you meet enough voters, that person will be recalled and he will lose a seat. Then in section part 3, Parliament has offices. Do you know the offices found in Parliament? You hear the leader of majority. You hear the speaker. How do these offices are created? Here is what it is. Part 3, offices of Parliament. Speakers and deputy speakers of Parliament. The National Assembly and the Senate has a speaker and a deputy speaker. All the deputy speaker will be a sitting member of Parliament, of Senate, but the national speakers are elected outside and they are not sitting members of Parliament. Then the speakers under Article 107 preside over the sitting of Parliament. 108, party leaders. In 108, there shall be a leader of the majority party and a leader of minority. Parliament has a party leader of the majority representing the party in government and a minority leader from the opposition, both in Parliament, in the Senate, and in the National Assembly. The bills of government are produced by the majority leaders of government and debate is conducted in Parliament. Money bills, the bills that deal with money, must be brought to Parliament. Parliament, after it has done its purpose, the bills are presented to the President, and the President under Article 115 will assent to that bill. Remember, the bill that was the contentious bill, the finance bill that went to the President and the GNC exploded, the President refused to assent to that bill. That is provided for in Article 115. If the President does not assent, then he returns that bill to Parliament, and that bill can only pass if 2/3 majority will pass, and then it becomes law. If they don't muscle a 2/3 percentage bill, that the recommendations of the President becomes the law. Then we have coming into force of law, Article 116, once the President assents the law, a date when the law will come into force becomes that, and the public will have the right to read that law. What is the quorum of Parliament? Quorum of Parliament is found in Article 121. The quorum of Parliament shall be 50 members in the case of the National Assembly. 50 members. 15 members in the case of the Senate. So 15 senators, that is a quorum. 50 members of Parliament, that is a quorum. Then we have, how do they decide their voting in Parliament? The voting is done either by acclamation or by secret ballot. So the members can vote by secret ballot or they can vote by acclamation. Decisions can be done at the committee level or brought in the plenary. Committees are the working organs, and they are found in Article 124 of the Constitution. Sometimes the calendar of Parliament is regulated by Parliament. The executive cannot regulate the Parliament. The calendar of Parliament, for example, when Parliament is on recess, the speakers have power to recall Parliament as provided for in Article 125. Part 6, the miscellaneous area, locations of sitting of Parliament. Article 166 talks about Parliament can sit in Nairobi or as and where it can decide to sit. But if Parliament decides to come to Nyamira, Parliament decides to go to Mombasa to sit there, a special gazette notice will be issued, and the Speaker and Parliament can be there. And lastly, Parliament has what is called a parliamentary service commission that deals with employment of the support staff, running of parliament. Parliamentary Service Commission is an independent body that is there. Then there are the clerks and staff of parliament. Under Article 128, parliament has what is called, there shall be a clerk for each house of parliament appointed by Parliamentary Service Commission within the approval. So the clerks of the parliament, both the National Assembly and the Senate, run the affairs of this. Now you know, wakili amekuletea chapter 8, Parliament. Enjoy your Christmas and have a nice New Year, but keep watching 25 episodes of Kotel Copstar News as we continue. Keep watching, keep knowing. The late Raila Odinga, the late Kibaki read for us. Now you read for yourself. Enjoy your festivities.